What is going down, my peeps? TJ Stradamus back with news coming out of the NBA. Let's start with that. Patrick Beverley traded to the Grizzlies. Well, okay, here's my troll moment. Hey, Pat Bev, how have the last 5 years worked out for you? Says, does the clock restart now that you're in Memphis? Yeah. And Steph only won his second scoring title, and Pat Bev hasn't won a jack shit. I guess the next 5 years start now for Pat Bev, right? And yeah. Rajon Rondo was just included in this deal, who the Grizzlies just acquired. And they just basically sent Rajon Rondo over there for a bunch of kids. But hey, Memphis should be better, considering they got Rondo, they got Dylan Brooks. I think Dylan Brooks will remember this name, Dylan Brooks. He's going to make all defense. He's going to be all defense next year. Watch. He's a baller. And then you got Ja, obviously. Memphis is going to be, they're a nice little dark horse to come out of the West. And now let's move on from NBA. Let's go to NASCAR. And okay. And my little thing with NBCSN, what happened with NBCSN yesterday. Okay. So, I'm watching the NASCAR race finish, and they do like all the post race coverage, and then we get to MotoGP, and like before the start of the race, NBCSN switches to golf. Come on, it's like I get it, you gotta fit it. I get you have to fit everything in a time slot, but come on, NBCSN. It's like I want to watch my MotoGP. I don't want to watch golf. No offense. I mean, I'll watch golf. It's like if it's like a major, like the Masters every once in a while, I'll watch that. US Open, depending on where it is, I'll watch that. But come on, I want to watch MotoGP. I don't want to watch this little amateur. It was an amateur golf tournament. What do I care? I want to watch MotoGP. NBCSN done fucked up on this one. I don't have anything else to say on that. And that's my little rant. Now let's go to NASCAR, where they were on the Indianapolis road course for the very first time. And I got to say, it was everything I expected it to be. It was a demolition derby. Cars were beating and banging all over the place. I'm like, what is this, Sonoma? Or Martins? Sonoma. Sonoma is a track that when they went there, I said, it's a road course with a Martinsville kind of feel. I don't know. The Indy road course has kind of got a Martinsville kind of feel because guys are beating and banging, and it's really, really narrow. So what happened late in the race, there was a curb I think it was like at turn 6. It was turn 6, that little kink. Curb came up, William Byron hits the curb. That's right when it comes up. Boom. Him and Kyle Busch go synchronized spinning onto the grass. Joey Logano, I think, hit the curb behind. His day was done into the tires, and then a whole bunch of other cars like Suarez hit it, and then it was literally a demolition derby. Nothing you can say. And I thought, but in the end, now I know a lot of NASCAR fans will probably ask me about like Chase Briscoe and cutting cutting turn 2. Okay, first off, the fact that you have to stop if you cut the chicane is a crock of bullshit. I'm sorry. And this is coming from somebody who watches Formula 1 and IndyCar, okay? I think it's stupid that if you cut like, say, the Roval chicane on the backstretch, prime example. You cut that chicane, and if you're racing with somebody, it should be you have to give them the position back and not stop and go. Because if you stop and go in those cars, you're going to lose a lot of time. It's bad for, I don't like it. I think it's dumb. It's like, okay, if you cut the chicane, and if you're racing with somebody, now, if there's no one near you, then that's when I think you should stop. Okay? That's when you should stop after you've cut a chicane, is if there's nobody racing you. But if there's somebody racing you and you cut the chicane, it should be like, okay, you give the position back. Because that's how it works in Formula 1. If you cut a corner, the stewards ask you to give the position back. I think we need more of that in NASCAR. I think if you cut the chicane, if you cut a certain place on the track, if you're racing with somebody, you automatically have to give them the position back. And if you're not racing with somebody and you cut the chicane, then you have to stop. That would be a lot better. But I don't get it. But whatever. Hey, the rules are the rules, and I can't complain. And NASCAR is going to Michigan next week, and that'll be a fun one. 2 more races until the playoffs start. Like, I mean, AJ, oh yeah, end of the race. AJ Allmendinger gets his 2nd career win and Kaulig Racing, one of NASCAR's newest teams, first win. One of the fastest teams to get their first win since Hendrick, I think, in '84. I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, AJ Allmendinger, I mean, he's a ringer. I really hope he gets a ride in Cup next year, because I think he proved I deserve to be in Cup. Because it was just unfortunate to see how, his stint ended with JTG Doherty Racing. But hey, he can still drive. I mean, I could see him getting a full-time ride next year. Maybe, I don't know. I think Kaulig, I just have that feeling he's going to go 2 cars next year, even though they already have Justin Haley in the 16. But I mean, it was a great race, and it was a great day for NASCAR, because Kaulig Racing is another team. Matt Kaulig's another guy that's built a big Xfinity Series program, and he's taken it up a notch to go Cup racing. And yesterday was a great day for the sport, and it shows the future is bright in NASCAR. On to Michigan.